So I've been coaching for about five and a half years now. I take 3 teams at Kibworth Town. I've got the under-6 minis, who are a girls team, and a disability team at Comets. We're the first club to have Comets in Leicestershire, so we're quite proud of that one. That launched in September. And my main team are the under-15 girls. My girls kind of got me interested when their interest was getting to a Wildcats. So Kibworth Town started a Wildcats up some years ago now, and the girls were fed up of the boys not passing to them at football at school, and they wanted to try something. So watching them in Wildcats and then watching them go into a team, I just thought, why am I standing on the sidelines? And with a career in exercise and sport, it was a natural thing to do, was just to not stand around, was to get on the pitch and help and join in some way or another. And I learnt a real lot of stuff from the coach, who said yes, okay. I feel like I'm quite lucky really, in the sense that being a female coach, I've not really experienced some of the stuff that I've heard other female coaches talk about. Kibworth Town have been brilliant. They've every idea and every brainwave, everything that I've suggested, they've been happy to go with, and they've been super supportive all the way through. Me starting as an assistant, and then I was actually asked to take a futsal team. Didn't know anything about futsal, felt I knew a little bit more about football, and ended up taking my youngest team at under-10s, and that's my under-15s now. Main ethos really is it's okay to make mistakes. I actively encourage people to look at their mistakes, and a bad touch on the ball, or if something doesn't go quite as right as they wanted it to do, for them to just embrace that and focus on the next thing rather than dwell on something that could have happened. Also, just to give as many girls in particular, for me, a chance to play, and to keep them playing for as long as possible as well. Is just one thing that I really focus on, especially with the under-15s as they come in. They're in that age group where they're likely to drop out of sport, and actually we've got more players this year than we had last year, so I'm really pleased about that. I really enjoy setting stuff up for people to experience and enjoy. Anything from organising an outing with the team, to watch the Leicester City women's games. Recently we went to Sheffield to watch an England game with a few of the girls as well, and I just like to look around and see them enjoy it and have an opportunity to do something. It gives me a buzz. I love to just offer that opportunity and get people involved across all ages, and building up the club from the bottom, with the youngest girls accessing football at younger ages, and coming along to our summer sessions that we set up every year. That's the bit that I love the most, setting stuff up so that people can have a go and experience stuff that perhaps I didn't get a chance to when I was a kid. From Kibworth Town, we've had a girls team since 2016. But really only recently, over the past 3 years I'd say, is where we've really boomed with the amount of teams that we've got. One thing about that is how we do it here at Kibworth Town. So with the boys teams, we tend to be able to rely on a coach that volunteers to take the youngest age boys teams. You don't get that with girls. So that's me. So I'm that person centrally getting the girls in, and then finding coaches through the parent group that are sat on the sidelines and enticing them in and supporting them into the role. But yeah, our girls' side has grown exponentially over the last few years. So it's great to see. And really just to get my girls through this season and make sure that we can survive another season. It doesn't take that many girls to drop, and you may find yourself without a team. So always on the lookout to keep building and maintaining the numbers, especially across the girls' teams and the age groups in particular that people tend to drop out of. There's quite a few. Some of them are really, really very tiny, like watching that person take a great touch on the ball, or watching that person feed a pass through that assists the goal scorer. And even some of the goal scorers, I mean, we're not a high scoring team, my lot, so watching them put the ball in the back of the net, just those little nuggets happen on a weekly basis. But also over the past year or so, I got a couple of awards as well that I'm fairly proud of. So I got Disability Champion for the Harborough Active Awards, and the club recognised my input as well and gave me a Best Coach of the Year or something like that at the presentation evening last year. Super important to recognise women in sport every day of the year, not just for International Women's Day. We can hold our own. There's a strong set of young ladies coming through the ranks, and each and every one of them deserve to be recognised and fulfilled in sport.